Speaker bot is alive!
No way. Read chat please.
Does that make a difference? Does that make a difference? That did. Well, all right. And the computer in the other room is yakking at me. All right, hold on. That is the third anomaly since I installed Windows Update on Big Beast Build. Well, actually, two of my computers have anomalies after the update. So that's not enough to prove it was a problem with Windows Update yesterday, but it's just a possibility. I've got, I think, 3 tech issues on the plate. One is an email received this morning from John Downey. It's not a problem he's currently having, but it's a problem he recently fixed. And he's wondering, why did that fix work? Well, that's not the way he said it. And I have 2 questions. I'd like to have you help me understand why the difference in speed in 2 particular different models of NVMe drive, because that's a piece that I wasn't aware of. And then the other one was Oh yeah, an anomaly that I have related, possibly related to Windows Update with Copilot. So I started out the show with Brian's jokes. Let's see if you're confirming that you can hear me now. I hear you, but audio level is low. Oh, my audio indicator says I'm bouncing into the yellow. Check your volume. What Bluetooth headset do I use? This headset is, I'm not using it for microphone, but I'll give you that since that is a tech question in chat. Let's see, it was called...
Read chat, please.
Sounds good, John says. All right. I'm going to go check. Headset. To give you, might as well go give you an Amazon link for it, right? Let's see, that is not the most recent one. It must be called something different. This is not starting out the way I conceived. Open Run Pro by Shocks, hands free. Open Run. So now if I search my Amazon history, you are seeing my real Amazon account here. And then go into this one. That'll take me to the item itself, not to the invoice. That would reveal my address. We're not going to do that. And copy link, put that into chat. So that answers that question. Bluetooth headset. I've got to fix the spelling. You know it. You know I do. There it is. Rick had 2 of the live streams on. Okay, now let's get over to John Downey's question. I copied it into Microsoft Word because to block out his email address and make it large enough to view, it just wasn't working. So here he says, I had an issue with my Dell Precision 7530 missing TPM. I had upgraded to Windows 11 over a year ago and had no issues. I update everything, including advanced options, optional updates, no luck. I think, yeah, just saying optional updates. Advanced options, is that really I'm not sure. I think he meant wherever the advanced options are in updates. I'm not going to chase that down right now. I checked the device manager per Dell troubleshooting guide, and the trusted platform module was missing. I was going to have to reload it in the BIOS. Now, I don't know what you mean there about reload it. You could turn it on or off in BIOS. Some BIOSes let you enable it and disable it. I didn't want to do that. I'm going to assume that what you meant is you had to turn it on in BIOS. And for some reason, you didn't want to do that. It strikes me as odd. I disconnected the 4K monitor and an external hard drive, then restarted the computer. The TPM was there and everything worked. No issue now. Any idea why I had this error? Okay, well, there's a few speculations here based upon what you've told me, because you've only told me what you've told me, okay? I can't tell from this if you had restarted the computer previously before disconnecting the monitor and external drive. I would be wondering, did you just do a Windows update from yesterday? Because I've got 2 or 3 anomalies that I think are happening in relation to Windows Update. Is it possible that since you upgraded to Windows 11, that somewhere during that year worth of time that you actually went into BIOS and turned it off for some reason? You can do that. You have to have TPM in order to install Windows 11, but you don't have to leave it on. I'm 95% certain about that. Now, you said no issue now. Did you have an issue? How did this come to your attention? Yeah, you had an issue missing TPM. Did it come up with a message on screen saying, hey, TPM is missing? Where'd he go? Is he on vacation or what? So was there actually an issue, or did you go poking around looking for it? If you did go poking around looking for it, maybe you turned it off a long time ago and just had forgotten it. I do that kind of stuff all the time. Well, 95% of the time. So those are my thoughts so far. I mean, it doesn't sound like a big deal. I can't think of any reason why disconnecting a 4K monitor and an external hard drive and restarting would have done it. Now, if you had not restarted the computer after you were completely done with Windows updates and restart the computer again, if this was, you disconnected those items and then restarted the computer, and this is the first time since installing Windows Update, then it might just be the restart is what did it. So anyway, those are just some thoughts. See if anybody comes up with other thoughts. Is it possible to put Windows 10 on a Windows 8.1 machine? Yes. I also had a BIOS update to my surprise when I turned it since 2023. When I turned it. However, Windows 10, I don't know that you can upgrade for free anymore. Since Windows 8.1 is no longer supported, it might not qualify you for a free upgrade to Windows 10. But you should be able to install Windows 10 on a Windows 8.1 machine because Windows 10 didn't have any big restrictive requirements like Windows 11 does. John Downey's given us some response. I restarted the computer. The TPM was missing from the BIOS when I checked. So does that mean there was no option in BIOS to enable TPM, or does that mean TPM was turned off? What does it mean that it's missing? Did there used to be a option in BIOS to turn on and off? Now that option was no longer present? Then in that case, I'd be expecting maybe there was a BIOS update that came through one of the Windows updates, and somehow that went wrong. I have one desktop that has TPM installed, but don't have it enabled, and have Windows 11 24H2. Yeah, you don't have to have it enabled. You'd have to have it enabled to install, do a fresh install of Windows 11. I don't think you even have to have it enabled to upgrade to it, as long as the computer has that capability. Not certain on that one. Yeah, Londog says it's not a free upgrade anymore from 8.1 to Windows 10, so you might have to buy a license, Alice.
Read chat, please.
You could take the Windows 10 installation media and upgrade to Windows 10, and you might get that watermark saying that when it's an unlicensed copy, then you would have to install the license. But if it works, hey, maybe you got lucky. Chris Garrett, I have Windows 7 laptop. I can try and see if the upgrade is free. Yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if some computers might get away with it, where others might not. There's a few reasons why I can see why that could happen. On Dog to Chris, it's not going to work either. The upgrade was 10 years ago. Yeah, I doubt that it will work. PTT, Platform Trust Technology, which is Intel's implementation of TPM. Yeah, I think what Zvi is pointing out here is that when John is telling us the TPM was not in BIOS, it might have been called something else. Intel, according to this statement, calls it PTT, and I think there might be one or two other names that are used for it. Might have to check with your motherboard's manufacturer to see. There was no TPM shown in BIOS, nor was it in Device Manager, except until after your explanation, you disconnected the monitor and the external hard drive, restarted, and then it is there. Nick saying, yeah, you can buy a key from Carrie's links. Absolutely. No free upgrade means that Windows 10 won't activate. It'll still run okay. Yes. But some personalization options won't work. Yes. Unactivated computers also lose personalization. Yeah, we got that. John says he also disconnected the power supply. It's a laptop that he's talking about. Yeah, PTT is pushed to talk in some environments. Okay, those might go on and on and on. So I'm going to come to another topic, ask my question about NVMe drives. Josh Kinder, thank you for sending the email reminder yesterday about Update Tuesday. Oh yeah, and I've got if I get around to it, a humorous thing that happened with my Amazon Echo device. And Brian, if you don't want me to trigger yours, you might mute it, or you might see how yours reacts. Now let's get this Amazon listing up here. Samsung 990 Evo Plus SSD 1 terabyte PCI Gen 4x4 Gen 5x2 M.2 2280 speeds up to 7150. Upgrade for storage PC laptops. Now here's my question down here. Oops, don't do that scroll wheel. Down here, the 990 Evo and the 990 Evo Plus. This is the part I wasn't aware of. Now, some of you custom builders, you're going to say, oh, duh, Doug. Let me school you, because this is something we all know about. Only you don't know about this. But this 990 Evo Plus, up to 7150. The 990 Evo without the word plus is up to 5,000 megabytes per second, but they are both Gen 4x4. And this, I don't know how the alternative Gen 5x2 even comes into play. I suppose if you have a motherboard that supports Gen 5, then this NVMe would operate with 2 lanes. That seems kind of sensible. But now here's another thing. This the retail price for this 5,000 megabytes is $149.99. When I go to the faster one, its retail price is $109.99. So substantially lower retail price for the higher speed. Now I'm thinking maybe that's because it's a newer product and its so-called list price was lower simply because it came along later. But with the sale price, I'm going to call it $80 for the fast one and $75 for the slow one.
Read chat, please.
So let's see if you're giving me some explanations about that. Greg M., here are the differences. See, when I asked Copilot, why are they different? Copilot said, well, the 990 Evo goes up to 5,000 megabytes per second. The 990 Evo Plus goes up to 7150. No other explanation. Specs database. They were both showing that they could do 5x2. It's a different number of layers. But this doesn't show the same things as that Amazon listing does, because they both show it as 4x4 and 5x2. So that ad just gave me more questions, really. The 990 Pro has DRAM. 990 Evo does not have DRAM. All right. Whoops. Over here. So I'm looking at the Plus. Wait a minute. Did he say Plus or Pro? Pro. Okay. The word that makes the difference is not Pro. It's the word that makes the difference is Plus. So he's saying DRAM. Nothing in that blurb at the top mentions DRAM. So I guess that's the thing you folks probably knew about, and I didn't, because that kind of stuff goes in one ear and out the other. For my clients, it's not going to make their web pages come up any faster. It's not going to make them type in Microsoft Word any faster. It's not going to help them with
Read
their
chat, please.
legal documents. So Zavi Manor, you can save some by buying a Win 10 license for a Windows 11 license. Yes, that's true. Was that in response to the question about upgrading from 8.1 to 10? No, that doesn't make sense, because that computer certainly won't go to Windows 11. I guess he's just offering that as an extra tip. Pro Plus, you say potato. Yeah, it's probably not a big difference. It's kind of a crazy detail, but if you do look at the read and write specs, you will then ask questions just as you are, Doug. I think the 990N Evo Plus has more TLC layers. Maybe that's why it's faster. Yeah, whatever the difference is, they certainly did not make it clear in this blurb here, because you click between those two, and there's the speed difference. There's intelligent turbo write 2.0, I guess is a difference. Anyway, so whoop-de-doo. What else do I have here? I know I have something else. Oh yeah. When I do my invoicing, I do 3 months worth at a time. Now hang on, Greg. I know I'm gonna go since I really haven't jumped into this yet. That doesn't cut it, Greg. PCI 5.0 by 2 versus PCI 4 by 4. I don't think that explains the difference, because they both have that. Here's the low one says 4 by 4 and 5 by 2. This one over here has the same thing, 4 by 4 and 5 by 2. So these both have both of those modes available. I don't know what to call it. Both of those modes, speeds. I suppose that if you have a motherboard that does Gen 5, then you're going to get Gen 5 by 2. But both of these have those two speeds. So I don't think that explains it. What's about all that there? I can't make anything out of that, except maybe 1 terabyte. Okay. I will read through whatever other comments you put in on that subject after the show. Although, like I said, I don't really care a whole lot about it, but it's just curious. Okay, so when I'm doing invoicing, what triggers me to send an invoice to a particular client is when their oldest charge is 3 months back from today's date, so 90 days ago. So then I generated an invoice for them, and my invoice for my QuickBooks Online picks up all of the charges that I've recorded for them since that oldest of their charges. Now I have a calendar item that keeps track of what was the last invoice that I did, so that next time I go to do invoicing, I can know what date to start looking at. And then I also want to put at the end of that notation how many days that has been. So I asked my Amazon Echo device how many days from this particular date to the next particular date. That doesn't work anymore. So Brian Lightfoot, heads up, I'm about to use the Z word. And I'm going to ask for how many days between two particular dates. Listen particularly to the years, because I'm including the years. Ziggy, how many days between September 24th, 2024 and January 13th, 2025?
There are 36,414 days between September 24th, 2024 and January 13th, 1925.
How many thousand? It said the dates correctly. Ziggy, repeat that.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Yeah, how many thousand did it say? I got distracted when I heard it say 2025 because previously when I was trying it, it was saying like 2020 or 24 or something like that. Just wrong. I got to try it again. Ziggy, how many days from September 24th, 2024 to January 13th, 2025?
There are 36,414 days between September 24th, 2024 and January 13th, 1925.
36,414 days. I guess I went past my 90 days, didn't I? AI. What are you going to do? What can you say? AI. Wrong. Okay, that's those. Oh, okay. So here's another thing. When I said that I'm suspecting I've got Windows updates issues happening, Copilot. I had done something on Copilot in the all-in-one computer out in the kitchen, and it I wanted to I thought I wanted to show it during the show today. So I tried to go into Copilot. Here I'll bring Copilot up, and it's got a sign in up here. If I click new chat, will it go to new chat? Oh, it is. Oh, no, it was history. I wanted to go to history to show something that I put on the other one. And it wants me to sign in. I normally don't have to sign in. It's automatic. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, sign in. Click that. And then it wants my email account. This is not an email account you should send emails to because I won't see it as quickly as if you send to the one that I tell you to send to. Now, this isn't going to display a password or anything, but I'm going to take that off just for a moment, just to be cautious. Yeah, then it comes up here. We'll send a sign-in request to your phone to sign in. So I do send notification. And right away, it says we sent a sign-in request to Microsoft app you use for private, but we didn't get your approval. I can't sign in. It will not let me sign in. We sent, you saw that immediately. It says we sent it, but we didn't get your approval. And now what I'm supposed to do is press one of these numbers. I can't show you the phone screen right now. Press one of these numbers that shows up on my phone to match what's displayed on the computer screen right now, or supposed to be displayed right now. That is the second symptom that I've had with Copilot since both of these computers restarted to install Windows Update. Now, I don't know if it was caused by that, but it's pretty close in proximity. So I can't show the thing that I was going to show that I did with Copilot that was kind of picking on Ken Stout. Oh, he is in chat. I was picking on Ken Stout because he gave me this thing last night. His first comment in chat. I, the Polish goddess of YouTube, claim to being first. I wonder if Baby Beast can give that to me. Baby Beast has also restarted for that Windows update. Let's see. Baby Beast, when I try to launch Copilot, saying shortcut. No, I don't want the shortcut. Can I get to history? No, it wants me to sign in. If I click sign in, so this computer also received the Tuesday update. Wants to send a notification. Oh, that looks like it's going to work. Yes. And I got to do the number 54 on the phone here. Just touch that. And oh, then it wants my face recognition on the phone.
Read chat, please.
Stay signed in. I'll get to that read chat in a moment. Then I can go to history. See, I'm going to take that off when I hit the history because I don't know what else is going to show up. Okay, so here's what happened with that single click. It changes to this clock thing. Oh, wait a minute. You're not seeing that. There. Okay, so I click on this clock thing. And it comes up with this history of conversations. And it should be, I don't think this is going to show the one that I did on the all-in-one computer this morning. Nope, it's not. So that didn't work. All right, but just weirdness. That last read chat. Did you gain or get anyone from the redirect I put in last night asking for a friend? Nobody that got redirected last night was still hanging around because I did notice that there was one person waiting when I first looked this morning. Yeah, no. Doug's next show is 36,000 days from now. The joke, Brian's jokes at the top here. That's what I opened with while you couldn't hear me. How do mathematicians scold their children? Answer, if I've told you n times, I've told you n+1 times. Mathematicians or programmers? Yeah, mathematicians. Yeah, both of them could use that. I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around. All right. I'm scanning through chat. Oh, let's go see. Let's go see if there's some. Oh, let's see. I got to get this one too. Matthew Barnes, 6 hours ago. Joke below. See if you can tell where it's from. Oh, that's what I was going to try to do is see if Copilot would explain that one to me. Let's go grab all of that. Since I'm signed into my Microsoft account on Big Beast and Baby Beast, I can Control-C, copy that from there, and then go to Baby
Read
Beast.
chat, please.
And say, explain this joke to me. And Control-V, paste. And we'll get an answer there. What is this read chat? It's V minor. I don't know if this is real or true. Or I don't know if this is real and or true. What is the difference between Samsung Evo Select and Evo Plus? Okay. Which is better storage? Best answer. There is no discernible hardware difference between Evo Select and Evo Plus. Evo Select cards are exclusive to Amazon and are a simple rebrand of the same range. Yeah, it doesn't strike me as the difference. It sounds like they're focusing on the word select as being the difference. I'm going to presume at the moment that that was just something that you got in a Google search and offered it. I will look a little bit more at that, but here, Explain this joke to me. So the joke played, I guess I didn't read it to you. What happens when you cross the Atlantic Ocean and the Titanic? Person 2, I don't know. What happens when you cross the Atlantic Ocean and the Titanic? Person 1, halfway. Person 2, that's not funny. I was on the Titanic. Person 1, oh, I remember now. You still have the dress you used to get into the lifeboat to prove it. Yeah, I do not get that at all. Question 1, what happens when you cross the Atlantic Ocean and the Titanic? Suggests a combination of the two. Duh. Halfway is dark humor, as the Titanic sunk halfway through its voyage. I did think of that at one point. Was it halfway through the voyage when it sank? What do you get? You get halfway. What happened? What do you get when you cross? That would be better. Not what happens. What do you get when you cross? You get halfway. That would be a better wording of the joke, I think. That's not funny. I was on the Titanic indicates they were a survivor. The joke continues with, you still have the dress you used to get into the lifeboat to prove it, playing on the idea that person 2 disguised themselves to secure a place on the boat. Well, that would be funny if person 2 was somehow identified as being male. That would have made that funny. But they didn't identify gender. So, no. Bah! No score. All right, I'm out of here. Hasta la vista. I was about to say have a good Monday, everybody. Since I didn't have a show yesterday, feels like Monday to me. All right, have a good Wednesday. Catch you later. Bye. Oops, that's not the quit button. That's my email address. No, this one. This one? Yeah, that. I've been on.
That's all, folks.